technical. That's all right. All right, so are we ready? Good? All right, let me call to order the April 2021 Southbury Zoning Commission meeting. Let's all stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We have a full house tonight, so there's no seating of alternates. Agenda, public hearings, application number 11221, PDD number 8, Southbury, 84 Associates, Regency Centers, applying for modification of detailed plans and text amendment number 14 to allow demo of a portion of the existing exterior wall for installation of a new storefront window to match the existing windows, and to add new exterior signage for a retail clothing store, Athleta, at the property located at Southbury Green, 775 Main Street South. All right. I guess the representative of the owner can present the application. Please state your name and address wherever you are.
Okay, my name is Katie Nightingale. I'm with BRR Architecture. We're based out of Kansas City. I'm representing my client, Gap Inc., who April is on with us tonight.
Hi, everybody.
Hello.
And just to kind of quickly recap the proposed changes for this new Athleta that we're proposing. For the signage, we're proposing signs on the front, side, and rear of the building. At their last meeting, the Planning Commission provided a positive recommendation for the front and side signs, not the rear. For the new storefront window, we're proposing a new window at the front of the tenant space, which will match the existing windows at the rest of the shopping center. And then the windows on the side of the space, we're proposing an opaque, kind of white frosted looking film where we'll have fixtures in front of these windows.
Do you have any props or any pictures of what you want to show here?
I believe Amy should have sent out the images that I sent her that kind of show at least the window film.
Can you see that, Katie?
Yes.
So this is April, guys. I can speak to it a little bit in addition to what Katie has already mentioned. So specifically speaking to the storefront film, in the photo that you are looking at right at the moment on the screen, that is showing the film specification that Athleta brand uses as part of their template in the far two right windows of that photograph. This is another location where we have implemented that film specification. And at this location at Southbury Green, those windows that we are proposing the film for are the side windows, which currently have a black film applied to them for the current or previous tenant, Joss A. Bank. And the idea is, again, as Katie mentioned, to conceal the views to the interior of the space at those locations due to the limited amount of wall space at the interior to allow for product capacity and minimize views into the store because you will have fixtures at the rear side of those windows. So it is a varied specification from what is there today. And this photo is showing an example of that. And then Katie, I don't know, I know we shared with them last time the elevation of the storefront. I don't know if you have shared that with Amy again for this meeting. Yes. Scrolling.
It might be the next PDF down. I think this is all of the existing elevations.
Yep. This is the elevation, the page that you're on right now. Those are the 3 windows where we are proposing the film, both at the lower window and the upper window. Again, to just conceal the views, and it's just changing the specification from what's there today to a different look to align with the brand template or brand aesthetic.
So it's only those 3 sections of windows you want to go with the white film?
I think if you scroll to the rear window, there's also an upper transom window there where we currently have film for the Josse Bank space, and we're using it at that window as well.
Is the film translucent?
It is an opaque film, so it's not visible through, similar to what is there today.
And will the film be on the inside or the outside of the building?
That film is on the inside.
All right, let's go back to the front window. No. Yep, that's it right there. That whole left-hand side right now is brick.
That's
Correct.
correct.
How does this, well, it's not gonna bookend with the other side of the building. That's gonna stay all brick. So how would that, I don't know. This window's gonna be open though, right? I mean, it's gonna be
Correct.
a real
So-
window.
Yeah, I can add some additional context to this. Katie, you can add anything additional if you would like. From the retailer's perspective, this storefront is minimal in width, in storefront width. We do have one storefront window to the right. Partially, you can see the lease line there adjacent to Home Goods of where we are able to have display and merchandise for the customer's visibility to our space. So with that, we are proposing the additional window to create those views, also to improve the natural light in the space through that window on the left-hand side due to the narrow storefront width and visibility into the space.
Okay, but the windows on the sides will not be, they'll be covered with the film, so you can't see through them. Right now, I believe they are open, or one of them's open. Joseph A. Bank had it. But your intent is you need the wall space, so you're gonna cover it up with the film.
And I actually apologize, on that side elevation, it's actually, the first window to the far right is open, correct, Katie, on that one?
Yes, that's
that
correct.
window will stay open. That's what Josse A. Bank also had open. It's the second bank of windows, the middle bank, and the far window to the left for those that will be covered with the film,
On the
similar
side-
to today.
Is that on the side view you're talking about?
The side view, yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
But staying on this front view, okay, you want the new window on the left of the door. To the right of the door, how many of those panes belong to you and how many belong to Home Goods?
Sure, you can see the line that our architect Katie has drawn in. It's the dashed line there. That represents the transition to the adjacent tenant. So we have 4 panes of glass to the right of our entry doors in that section.
And that will stay real window, you can see.
Correct.
Okay. But the windows to the right that belong to Home Goods have the black film on it.
Those ones do, right, Katie?
They do
Yes.
now. And
Yeah.
yeah, okay.
And I would say from a brand perspective, just so everybody, understands what our priorities are from the brand, that storefront window is really important to us, allowing those customer sight lines and the natural light. I would say the film at the left side of the building, we'd like to do it, like to be on brand for this great location. and represented to our customers. However, if that film needs to stay the same specification as it is today, which is more of that black color, we would be willing to do that from the brand perspective. But the window is something we, extremely and strongly believe in to provide our customer the right experience at this center.
Okay, so what you're saying, correct me if I'm wrong, but you just said that the side windows, you'd be willing to go with the black and trading off for the real window on the left?
That's
In the
correct.
front?
Yep.
Okay, all right. Understood. Because my personal feeling is I think the black should stay black. Everything else is black. I did express concern about the bookend condition of this window versus the other side of the building. But there are, I think I forgot which building it was, Chase Bank has windows all the way to the end. And Vein Clinic of America has a window on the very end, whereas Chips doesn't. So it's offset. It's not the same there. So if you want to look at it from the extreme point of view, Vein Clinics of America, Athleta, they'll have the two. So you look at it from that side.
So if I understand right, the Athletica, where it says Athletica, half the window's gonna be white and half's gonna be black?
No. No.
Oh, they want it all?
No, that's going to be a real window, see-through window.
Okay.
Okay? The right part that belongs to Home Goods will stay black.
Even though Athleta's name is over it.
Well, that's another issue, but we'll get to that later.
That's what I'm saying, but half of that window's gonna be black and half's gonna be clear?
Yeah.
And that's how it is today as well for
Right,
Joss Abe.
right. When Joseph A. Bank was there, they had that window there the same way. Okay, any other questions of the?
No, I'm good.
All right, let's get to the signs. Jay, you mentioned Athleta being half on, or Rod, did you, who mentioned that over there? Jay did. I am sort of a stickler of ownership of frontage, even though they don't own the frontage.
Right. But
That sign is basically trespassing on Home Goods side.
Right.
I don't know how the ownership of the plaza looks at this, although we are going to be talking to the plaza's owners about sign packages, a sign package. But I guess in reality, how does Home Goods feel about this?
So we have reviewed it with the landlord. They did approve it, as we have shared, prior to bringing it to these reviews. The current sign, Joss A. Bank, is located in that exact position, which is what we were guided to do as well from a landlord perspective of where we are allowed to put signage at the storefront. So it has been reviewed and approved by them, and that's where the existing tenants is as well.
Okay, all right. As far as the sign facing Main Street, I have no problem putting it back where it is right now, but I do not want, I personally don't want signs at the back side of the building.
Facing the street.
Brown Road, yeah.
And from the brand perspective on this one, we are comfortable with the storefront sign and the side sign as the priority, and foregoing the rear sign based on your guys' feedback in the recent meetings. We did not anticipate that one would be further approved in this meeting, but the priorities are the other two signs. So we are comfortable with that decision.
Okay. Anybody else have any other questions of the applicant? Applicant's rep?
It seems to me that it's in keeping with the plaza, the policy with no signage to the back and so forth, so I'm comfortable with that.
And the size of the sign is appropriate, right? Unlike some of the other signs that have been going up.
I need to double
Check.
check. I believe so.
The typeface is no bigger than the Joseph Banks, right?
Correct.
Or is it?
No, the letters are.
The letter size,
Are
yeah.
correct, are the correct
Font
size.
size, letter size. size.
font size.
All right. Um,
Time for me yet?
No, not yet, not yet. Public's not open there. Susan, you want to read into the record the referral from Planning Commission?
Yes, hang on a second here. Department sign off, is that the one, the department sign off one? Let's see what's coming up here. That's zoning department, I'm sorry, I don't have that, I'm not sure I've got this, is it online here? Planning referral, oh, it's up
Oh,
there,
there-
well, hello,
No.
okay, oh, but that's way too far away from the screen. It may be there, but some of us can't see that up there. Let me see if I can pull that up down here.
It's under view on the top left.
On the bottom too, on the bottom.
Here, I'll bring it up.
Or
Don't worry
just
about it.
bring it over, thank you.
There we go. It's still hard to read.
I'm getting too old for
Yeah,
that
she
sort of
blew
thing.
it up on a
All right,
straight.
here we go. All right, this is 8-3AB, referral of PDD number 8, revision of general plan and text and modification of detailed plans, Southbury Green, 775 Main Street South, Athleta Amendment number 14. The applicant is requesting approval of revisions to the general plan and text for PDD number 8 regarding the addition of the window to the storefront and additional signage for the side and rear of the building pursuant to section 12.5.2 of the zoning regulations. The Planning Commission has also considered the modification to the detailed plans for renovation of the building to add a window that matches the existing windows located near the front entrance of the store of Building D. The applicant also applied for a text amendment to PDD regulation to allow for additional signage in the side and rear of the building. The detailed plans indicate that all new construction will be in keeping with the remainder of Southbury Green. The approval history for signage on the side of the Building D was discussed as previous stores have added signage on the side of this building. The addition of signage to the rear of Building D was discussed, and the Planning Commission agreed that they did not feel it was in keeping with the rest of the PDD. The Planning Commission supports the revitalization of Southbury Green as it continues to be an important component of our community. The proposed new window will be in keeping with other buildings at this location, and the sign on the side of the building will assist in directing clients to the new retail clothing store. Therefore, at the meeting on March 16, 2021, the Planning Commission voted unanimously to provide a positive referral to the Zoning Commission regarding the modification to detailed plans and text amendment. The detailed plan modifications for PDD number 8 are supported with the following recommendations. Number 1, approval was granted for additional signage on the side of Building D. Number 2, approval was granted for the construction of a window that is consistent with the other windows at this location. Number 3, approval was not given for additional signage on back of Building D. Number 4, 4 sets of final plans should be submitted for the signature of the chairman of the Zoning Commission. This was submitted by Richard Tierdo, Planning Commission Chairman.
Thank you, Susan.
You're welcome.
All right, before we open it up to the public, just some last thoughts from Jessica. She put together this memo, which I thought was very good,
It was.
very
excellent.
detailed, and very helpful. And I think, Jessica, anything outstanding you want to bring up that may be of issue that we haven't discussed and/or?
No, I am glad you mentioned what you said about keeping the black film, because I think if it was white, the character, the New England character of the building would kind of be lost. You would be able to see the bars and buttons as well. And I also agree with what you said. I actually drove around the plaza too and checked for for uniformity with the addition of the window, and the buildings are not perfectly
Right.
uniform, so, and I see what Katie is saying about needing additional light and the natural light, I think it'll be beneficial. Other than that, I think that's about it.
All right, anybody else want to ask nothing right now? All right, I'll open this up, since it's a public hearing, I'll open up to the public. Anybody who wants to speak in favor and/or against this? Well, we have two people here. Please come forward, state your name and address, and we'd like to hear from you.
I qualify as public because I'm not a resident.
Thank you.
Yeah. Kevin Bielmeyer, Economic Development Director. Distinguished members of the Zoning Commission, I'm highly encouraged at the level of investment Regency Centers have made in PDD 8, Southbury Green. The improvements to the property, their buildings, and especially the construction of the on-site sewage treatment facility all demonstrate to potential businesses that you can bet on Southbury. It is even more encouraging to me when prospective businesses take them up on that bet, such is the case with the national retail clothing store Athleta, whose application has been referred to you, actually referred to the Planning Commission by you. In this very competitive business, successful retailers such as this one have a choice, and they have chosen Southbury. You'll notice that the changes proposed in this application are in keeping with the aesthetic and character of the building and provide additional light to the interior, thereby improving the retail experience for their customers. The signage is appropriate to today's need to tastefully entice visitors. Thus, after reviewing the application, I would like to state for the record my support of the modification of detailed plans and text amendment number 14 pertaining to PDD 8 Southbury Green. Thank you. Kevin Bielmeyer, Economic Development Director.
Thank you. Anybody else? No? Okay, since nobody else is present to say yay or nay, commission members, any other comments or issues with the applicant?
No, I'm good.
All right, do I hear a motion to close the public hearing?
I'll second it.
Any further discussion on that? All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
All right, public hearing is closed. Let's move on to discussion and decision. Any further discussion on what? I think what we're all in favor of is the additional window in the front, the sign in the front, sign on the side, as detailed, and black film as opposed to white film.
Correct.
No sign on the back. Okay. Is that all in the resolution, Jessica?
It is except for the film thing.
All right. Where can we add that in? Where do we talk about?
So Gary, you wanna have black on the side of the building, on the back of black film, or keep it black?
Black film,
Black, right?
just like the rest of the plaza.
I think under the second, well,
They don't talk about film at all in here, do they?
no, I don't think I put it in there.
All right, well, we can just add it in, that all window film will be black. All right, Susan, do you have a copy? You don't.
What would you like me to do? I don't have that in front of me. You're asking for
To read the resolution?
the resolution. I don't have a copy, and it's not online. I just
I
looked.
will give you mine, and you can,
Okay, thanks.
Are you gonna fix it?
yeah.
I'll figure it out. Oh, sure. Okay, let's see here, page one. Resolution, application for modification of detailed plans and text amendment. Amendment number 14, PDD number 8, Southbury Green, 775 Main Street South, Athleta. This is submitted April 14, 2021. Whereas on March 10, 2021, the Zoning Commission received and reviewed application number 11221 from Regency Centers, care of Katie Nightingale, applicant seeking modification of the detailed plans and a text amendment for 775 Main Street South, map number 30, block number 57, lot number 6. Building B, for additional signage and a new window at the athletic, I know, that's hard for me to say, clothing store known as Athleta in tenant space 10, prepared and presented by Katie Nightingale of BRR Architecture, Inc. Whereas the Zoning Commission has reviewed and considered all of the oral testimony and documents presented in the above meeting. Whereas the original regulation pertained to Plan Development District Number 8, effective September 17, 1990, allowed for a retail clothing store in this location. Whereas the Zoning Commission finds the sign on the entrance of the Building B in keeping with PDD regulation. Whereas the Zoning Commission finds the sign on Main Street South side of Building B as acceptable, if not specified in the PDD regulations, since historically there has been a sign approved here for the past tenant in this location. Whereas the Zoning Commission finds the addition of signage on the back of Building D unnecessary and not in keeping with either the PDD regulation or zoning regulations, since there is no rear entrance. Whereas the proposal for signage on the rear of the Building B is denied. Whereas the Planning Commission has sent a referral from the Zoning Commission on March 10, 2021 regarding this application with the proposed amendments. Whereas the Planning Commission reviewed all submitted documents and heard oral testimony from the applicant. Whereas the Planning Commission found the proposed additional signage on Main Street South side of Building B in keeping with the overall PDD and the Plan of Conservation and Development. Whereas the Planning Commission found the proposed sign in the rear of the Building B against zoning regulations and the PDD regulation. Whereas at the regularly held meeting March 16, 2021, the Planning Commission voted to send the Zoning Commission a positive referral for the proposed modification of detailed plans and text amendment excluding rear signage. Whereas the Planning Commission replied to the Zoning Commission with a memo dated March 15, 2021, stating the proposal for additional signage on the side of Building B and the construction of a storefront window compiled with the amended text of PDD and the zoning regulations. Whereas the Zoning Commission approves the installation of a new window to the left of the entry door under the condition that it be in keeping with the existing windows. Whereas black film where it is existing remains. That's a change, by the way, in the original writing. Whereas the Zoning Commission finds the proposed modifications of detailed plans and text amendment to include additional signage on Main Street South side of Building B, an installation of a window to the left of the entrance door as outlined in this resolution, as being consistent and in keeping with the overall plan of Southbury Green, Southbury zoning regulations, and as submitted. Now therefore, be it resolved, the Southbury Zoning Commission voted to approve the text amendment for PDD number 8 and modification for detailed plans, all fully detailed in the application and revised as noted. The proposal for additional signage to the rear of the building was denied. Further, based upon its review, the Zoning Commission finds that the text amendment and modification to detailed plans is consistent and in keeping with the overall design and goals of construction plans for PDD number 8 and the town of Southbury. The text amendment and modifications of detailed plans are approved subject to the following administrative requirement. Submission of 4 sets of revised PDD regulations. 4 sets of final plans as revised shall be submitted with a signature block for signature by the chairman of the zoning commission. Adopted at a regular meeting by the zoning commission held on April 14, 2021. The effective date approval, May 7, 2021. Gary Giroux, chairman, will sign as the head of zoning commission.
All right, do I hear a motion to approve? Everybody okay with it?
I second.
Any further discussion on the resolution? All those in favor of adopting the resolution?
Aye.
Okay. You're good.
Thank you, guys. We're
Yep.
excited to be part of
You're welcome.
this time.
Moving on to new business, none? Your other business. You haven't officially submitted anything, have you? You're just here to discuss.
We submitted an application,
But you did? Well,
we did so, days ago, Jennifer and I had discussed it. You have, received that submission.
all right, so, well, let me, what?
You said this over there. Where is it, Sticky?
All right, since, Chris, you submitted an official application, I heard a motion that we change the agenda to add Mr. Gatto to the, and Southbury, South Haven Associates? South Haven Associates? Yeah, to the agenda to discuss the plaza, Southbury Plaza. All those in favor?
Aye.
All right. All right, Chris, go ahead.
Good evening to the commission members, Mr. Chairman, Chris Segato, the owner and manager of Southbury Plaza. So, the good news is that, unlike some of the other applications which have required some extensive review, I've come this evening to the commission with a rather straightforward and simple, modest change. I have brought with me a rendering and a paint sample, which shows a change to the clapboard color. So all other materials are to remain the same. The ephes, the standing seam roofs, the brick, all of the earth tones remain. And on the clapboard only, we are proposing this very light gray color to replace the other.
Is it like a light yellow right now? I'm trying to remember.
It is a yellow. It's a
Okay.
tan, but it appears yellow in some, yes. So we thought we
You know, I'm
would.
there every day, you'd think I would know, right?
You are correct. It is yellow. And the purpose behind this is, it's a unified effort between Stop and Shop, our tenant, and we, the landlord, to freshen up their store and the rest of the center in keeping with the changes we've made to the former Kmart building.
That's it?
That's it?
Simple?
I
No, I-
said, Mr. Chairman, you said so, I meant it.
Just a few comments. I appreciate you coming in,
Just want
Chris.
them in a paint, right?
After,
Yeah.
I appreciate you coming in and informing us of this. Personally, I don't think it was needed, okay? But
But you can
we
come to
welcome,
my house and paint.
we welcome the presentation. Yellow, I think grays are the new colors out there.
Yes, it is.
So, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, it looks all right to me. I don't even think we have to vote on it.
Very simple.
Well, thank you. I always want to err on the side of caution. We've developed a long-standing relationship, a respectful one with the commission, and we are obligated under the guidelines of our approvals to maintain architectural consistency. I just wanted to make sure that this commission agrees with our premise that this proposed color is in keeping, with the palette.
Chris, does that go down to the Talbot building and so forth? Is that included, or is it just up at the plaza?
So Talbot's
Yours was easy.
I definitely would shy away from yellows. I don't care for them. But the grays, I mean, if you go to my house, my wife has everything in that gray tone now all over the place.
Listen, 10 or 15 years change.
Yes,
tastes
you're right,
change.
you're right, you're right.
Anyway, I thank you all for your time. As always, I appreciate it.
All right, correct.
Good evening.
All right, no new business, I take it?
Besides that,
Okay, took care of that.
My office is gonna be a new tone. Is this the right time?
Sorry, but we don't have a budget for that, so you can't come to us for money.
But if you wanna come in on a Saturday and paint, nobody will say anything.
Chris is gonna give me an extra can of paint, he's got some extra gray.
All right, zoning enforcement officers report?
haven't had a chance to write one.
No? Okay.
Just say there's nothing going on.
There's nothing going on? Okay. Any correspondence? No. Minutes of the last meeting? March 10th. Any problems?
No, I read both of the minutes for both of the meetings, and I move that we accept the minutes from the March 10th and the March 31st meetings as
Second. Oh.
written.
Those in favor? Okay. Any bills?
Wait a minute, we gotta second that. Don't we have to vote on those? Gotta vote on the minutes.
You don't really have to, I was told.
Oh, we don't? Oh,
No,
well,
but you want to
okay.
vote, you want to vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
Accepting the minutes? All right.
When you made me sit in, I had to have a vote. so-
Okay. Sorry.
It's all a matter of preference.
That's right.
Any bills? Amy? No. No, we never had any. Any other business?
I actually
Oh.
have something, if
Okay.
there's nobody else to go first. We are getting a new zoning enforcement officer. Her name is Ty Kern. She comes to us with a bit of experience. She's been working for several different towns. She worked in Roxbury for like 6 years or so. She currently works part-time in Kent and part-time in Washington. She's completed, I actually didn't realize this until I read her resume. She completed the first Casio session with me back in the fall, and she's going to the May session also with me. And she seems pretty good. I actually know some people that know her, and she came with very positive feedback. So she'll be starting on May 3rd. Until she gets kind of settled, I'll still be coming to the meetings with her just to,
Are you leaving, Jeff?
I got promoted,
Oh.
so I'm leaving you guys, unfortunately. But, I mean, I'll still be here.
Okay. She won't be working in those other towns anymore, right?
No,
She's
she's
here.
gonna be Southbury full-time.
Okay.
Yep,
Taking your position,
yes. So
Full-time.
she'll be doing zoning.
full-time or part-time?
Full-time.
What about wetlands?
She'll be doing wetlands too,
So half and half,
yeah.
okay.
Yep.
But working
Wetlands-
full-time.
Yeah, well, zoning is busier than wetlands.
Who's gonna do my memos going forward?
Well, that was the thing, is I think because she's younger, I think she's gonna be computer savvy, and I think she has a background in law. So she was actually, during the interview, she was mentioning public acts and things like that she was up on and aware of. So I think I would like, if you're okay with the way I write these things.
I'm fine with it.
I would like to continue
Yes.
having her do that way, because I think it
I think
makes
that would be
things
good.
clear for the commissions.
Yep.
So,
All right, good. So when does she start?
May 3rd.
Well,
May
and
3rd.
congratulations on your promotion.
Thank you.
So you're
What are
you're the
you?
top dog up there?
Yeah, I guess you could say that.
What's your new position title?
Land use administrator.
Ah, okay.
Yep.
Okay. That's it?
That's it for me.
Okay, reminder up. I was gonna get to that. I really didn't wanna get to it, but I was gonna get to it.
What's this, doggy daycare?
I'd rather wait till next time. Town hall's fully opened, right?
It is.
But if we had it open to the public,
Y-
we still have to have social distancing.
Yes, the best way to do that would be to talk to Steve Schnell, the emergency management director. Yeah, he knows all of the ins and outs of the.
I think what we should do is probably hold off.
Yeah, I don't think there's
Hopefully this summer, they're gonna start relaxing a lot of the rules and regulations that have been
Which ones are we waiting on?
doggy daycare,
Doggy daycare, and what was the other one?
signs.
Oh.
Signs are
Yeah,
gonna be
let's wait
the,
till summer.
that's gonna be the full house.
Turn
And
up the air conditioning.
We may even have to go to the high school for that one, I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know, we'll see. Don't spread the word around too much, Kevin, because we don't wanna go to the high school.
We could have it down, we could have it down at the green.
Yeah, down at the
Oh,
green,
Yeah,
Okay.
like a gazebo.
Have a little music in the bandstand,
Did you?
this thing
Yes.
could go out, it could go out
I-
pretty good.
I'm not happy with the way it came out.
Oh, I'm sure there are.
Still making
We've been
Guys,
there
there's no
before.
rush on it.
Yep, but there is.
We
I
do.
wanna
It's
get
just
it done.
where.
I sent it to Hugh, because he happened to come into the office and he was asking about it.
And that works,
I'll
that's
send
the
it to you
problem.
tomorrow.
That's
Okay,
the
all right.
It's, I don't know,
It's a lot of space
I
on
know
the
what
I
island.
figured based
Wait a
upon
minute,
this,
east and west on 84.
not this
All kinds of.
You're,
this,
you know what I mean, yeah, that.
Pull right
No,
out, grab it.
letter's a
down.
piece of cake.
I have an easier time with this other stuff, actually.
All right. All right, so we'll put off the public hearings at least for another couple months. Till August when we don't have a meeting. How about that?
That's right.
But, I guess, that's it. I don't know, do you guys wanna leave? Do I hear a motion to, do I hear a motion to adjourn? Yes, you
And
move.
I second it.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.